I swat the arm away and swing my head up, taking in a breath of air as I rise. As I swat her away, she runs back off towards the deep end and returns to flailing in the water, occasionally sinking under. I'm just that repulsive that she'd rather be drowning herself, huh? Well, she can't get away from me that easily. I make my way over to her and reach underneath her shoulders, lifting her up Lion King style. She's still flailing about. Natsuki, you aren't drowning anymore.
Huh? Oh.
Natsuki calms down and lets her arms rest by her side.
Now let go of me, you perv!
Really? After I save her from drowning, this is how she treats me? She was all fine with dragging me around. Whatever. I comply with her request. And drop her. Right back into the water. Bubbles emerge as she swings her limbs about. Eventually, her hand finds my wrist and gives it a pull. I raise my arm, which subsequently lifts her whole body with it.
I didn't mean for you to drop me.
Well, what did you want me to do then?
I don't know, but not that.
Flawless logic. Can we just get out of the pool? It's freezing in here.
Yeah, I guess.
What, it's not a heated pool? I keep my arm extended upwards and walk back towards the steps, while Natsuki hangs off of my arms like a fish hooked onto a rod. Off we go back to get some much-needed sleep. Man, what kind of rip-off cruise is this? They don't even have a heated pool. The ringing of an alarm jars me from the realm of unconsciousness. Where did we get an alarm? I open my eyes to see Natsuki sitting beside me screaming. What? Why?
Wakey, wakey! I want eggs and bacon!
Natsuki, can I please get a tiny bit of sleep?
Nope.
Figures. I heave myself off the ground. Well, since I'm up, what was it you wanted?
Flesh of pig!
Huh?
Food, Hallie! Jeez!
Ah, God, you make my head hurt.
And my tummy hurts more! Big deal! Now off you go!
I decide to just give in out of fear that she'll kill me with the curtain rod. At least now I know where the food is. Wait, which way is it again? Finally, I'm back. We managed to get to shore before I could make the round trip. So, judging by when we were supposed to arrive... Man, I suck at math. 2? No. 3 hours. Well, I'm here now, and that's what matters. I press down on the door handle, and fortunately for me, it's unlocked this time around. Hey, Natsuki, I got you your food. As an expert of pattern recognition, I decided to eat all of mine before I arrive.
Alright, finally!
Yeah. It suddenly dawns on me that the staff are going to be pissed when they see the room. Well, what are they going to do? Throw me overboard? Yeah, I better not chance it. Alright, Natsuki, time for us to get out of here.
Why? I like it here!
Because the ride's over. Either we leave now, or we get forced off and I probably get sued for triple my net worth. And God forbid they hear about my taxes. Not my fault they don't check, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Wait, am I even supposed to be doing taxes? Hopefully not. Probably doesn't matter. But still, I'm worth something at least. Probably. Worth more than a certain deadbeat passenger. The deadbeat passenger just stands there. Alright, get in the suitcase.
No!
But we agreed to this.
Well, I don't wanna. You can make me do anything I don't want to, Hallie.
Or can't is what it said. Either you get in or I push you in myself. Natsuki then grabs her trusty curtain rod and wields it like a trident.
Why don't you get in the suitcase, huh?
Okay. Jesus, you and that damn stick. Ow, fuck! I raise my hands in resignation and trudge over to the suitcase, which is resting atop the assortment of stuff on the bed. Resignation, though?
Hurry up!
Natsuki prods me with the rod. Right in the spine, too. Climbing into the suitcase, Natsuki zips it shut behind me. It's dark and stale. Reminds me of Grandma's. Natsuki grunts as she tries to get the suitcase off of her makeshift mountain. Eventually, the grunting stops and the shaking of the case ceases. Did she finally get me down? Just after that, though, soft footsteps pad the ground in quick succession.
Hi-ya!
Ow! God! I may have broken something there. Did you just push me off of the bed?
Yeah, why?
Well, it hurt.
That's not my problem.
It is if you don't want to get stranded in Hawaii. Now that I think of it, that doesn't sound all that bad.
Quit your complaining. We're going now.
Sure enough, I feel the suitcase flip me right side up and then tilt back a little. It's bumpy, but you'd think it would be worse traveling in a suitcase. Maybe that's just because I hit my head on the way down earlier. Oh well, can't see any stars yet, so I should be fine. Or is that just a thing in cartoons? I watched so much TV since school and that I'm not really able to separate it from real life at this point. Chapter 3. Hawaii. Okay, how long has it been? Surely we've gotten off the ship. I no longer hear voices surrounding me. Maybe we made it out without attracting the staff's outrage. Before long, I start to see a light peer in through a hole in the suitcase. Finally my time, huh? I close my eyes in preparation for the Lord's embrace.
Are you just gonna stay in there all day or what?
Huh?
Want me to zip it back up?
And here I was thinking I'd found a way out of this mess. Maybe I should stay in here. I'm safe from being assaulted via makeshift weaponry. Plus, I don't have to walk. I could just sit in here and relax for the rest of the trip. Yeah, that seems nice. Just me in this tiny plastic coffin. As I think of my beautiful sanctuary, Natsuki tips it over and gives it a shake, causing me to faceplant on the pavement.
Let's go, Neat.
And how do you know I'm not planning on going to college or getting a job? Okay, you got me. I climb to my feet and brush myself off. Natsuki, how much of your hair came out when you were in the case? It's all over my clothes.
Yes, I shed. Get over it.
Wait, shed? Like a wild animal? Natsuki stares at me. Fine. I'm starting to learn that questioning her doesn't really get me anywhere. So where to now?
Shouldn't you know the answer to that?
I guess.
I guess it's a good thing I already took us to the beach.
Hold on, the beach?
We can swim to Brazil.
All the way to Brazil? I can barely get off my couch and walk to my bed. Do you really expect me to be able to swim hundreds of miles? Wait a minute. You can't even swim!
I told you I can with a floating.
I can't fucking do this. We'd have a better shot if I tried punting you across the ocean.
You think you can?
I am very tempted to take her up on that and give her the hardest kick I can straight to the head. Knowing me, I'd probably break my foot on her bony-ass body. Or more specifically, her body's bony ass. You know what? I bet that would feel therapeutic right about now. Sure, let's try.
Alright, beach time.
Yeah, ready to get kicked to Brazil? Ignoring me, Natsuki dashes off towards the water. I'm not saving her. And she stole some kid's pool noodle. She won't be drowning in my care. Sadly. With nothing better to do, I decide to waltz to the shore.
Come on, Hallie. Scared you're going to drown?
Nope. This trip has made me the least scared of death I have been since I was born. Actually, if anything, I'm open to the idea of it now. I can reunite with Sayori at last. Oh, maybe that's how we'll get her into this mud. I close my eyes and listen to the waves drifting along the sand. Life has changed so much since then. If only she could see me now. If only. Suddenly, a torrent of water lands me on my back. I open my eyes to see that Natsuki had filled my entire suitcase with water, using it as a makeshift bucket of sorts. That explains where all that water came from. Wait, where are my clothes then? I see a pair of pants floating off to the horizon. Ugh. Natsuki towers over me. For someone so small, she sure does that a lot.
What's wrong? Aren't you gonna fight back?
Nope.
Aw, come on, you're no fun, Hallie. Whatever, I'll just go play with myself.
I don't think she realized what she was implying. Oh well. Now I get some peace and quiet. In my solitude, my stomach has called to me. Maybe I can get someone to buy me some food. Just a snack would do. I hope they have those in Hawaii. Oh well, might as well try. After searching for a couple of minutes, I spot this perfect target. There's a girl passed out face down in the sand using a beach towel as a blanket, with a bag and umbrella to accompany her. But the bag itself isn't what catches my eye, it's the baguettes sticking out of it. Why someone thought it was fitting to bring a baguette to the beach, I will probably never know. Maybe there's even more food in there. My mouth is watering as I creep up onto the unsuspecting girl. Man, that sounds rapey. Pushing that thought to the back of my mind, I look around to make sure nobody is watching me. Alright, seems the coast is clear. Time for a baguette napping. I reach down to inspect the baguette bag, and instantly fall down. Wah, said the mystery girl. Why does this keep happening to me? Also, how am I going to explain this? I push off of the girl's back to get myself back on my feet. Hey, sorry about that. Wasn't watching where I was going. The girl rolls onto her back to get a look at the doofus who committed the world's saddest attempted robbery.
Where am I?
Oh no, what have I done to her? The beach? She blinks a couple of times.
Oh, right. Hawaii.
Hawaii. The only person I remember butchering Hawaii that badly is...
So, what's your name?
Hallie.
Oh, okay. It's nice to meet you. Hallie.
Thanks. I'm surprised that she isn't upset at me for landing on her. Maybe I got really lucky with the velocity of my body as it collided with her head. And your name is?
Sarah?
Ah, well, it's nice to meet you, Sarah. It's weird, this girl reminds me a lot of Sayori. So, you mind if I get a piece of that bread?
Sure, why not?
What is this girl's problem? She's so jumpy. Thanks, could definitely use some food right about now.
Yeah, me too.
Sarah grabs 2 baguettes and hands one to me before grabbing one herself.
What's up, Sayori? Didn't know we'd be seeing you here. Hi, Natsuki, I missed you.
I've never seen someone both so shy and outgoing at the same time. Wait, did Natsuki just call her Sayori? Is this the afterlife after all? Auto-ending text box. Come on now. Please, 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 please. I turned to Natsuki. So she reminded you of her too?
That is Sayori, Hallie.
Ooh, but she's dead. How can she be in Hawaii?
Simple. Who else do you know that would bring a baguette to the beach?
Well, you have a point. Maybe Hawaii has some sort of magical powers, like culture. But that isn't conclusive enough evidence.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But how did she know Natsuki's name? Unless... I fix my gaze back on Sarah, who is trying her best to crawl away from the both of us. Sayori? Is it really you?
What? No, I couldn't be. I'm Samantha, remember?
It was Sarah. But how? I begin to get choked up. Am I so hungry that I'm starting to see things? At least I haven't forgone feral like Natsuki yet. I found your body! How are you here?
Magic? Oh, right, you killed yourself a couple months ago. Oh, yeah, how are you here?
Sari pauses for a minute before she speaks.
Boat.
But I reach out and touch her to make sure she isn't a ghost. My hand reaches out and brushes against her body. Sure enough, she does exist. I'm torn between hugging her and putting her 6 feet under like she's supposed to be. I thought I had lost you forever. You even sent me a personalized suicide note. I warned.
Well, you just warned the wrong thing. That's alright, Hallie.
Siri reaches into her bag and produces a picture.
Here, take a look.
Oh, it's the doll. Was it really a doll? Why the fuck does she have a doll of herself anyway? And why does she have a picture of said doll hanging? How did I not notice? You were buried!
The doll was buried.
The entire school held a funeral for a doll?
I guess. I wouldn't know I was in Hawaii.
Why didn't anyone else notice?
Oh, you see why I left? Now you see why I left.
Yeah, I see your point.
But you didn't have to waste your time pitying me, you know. Damn, I thought I'd be the one stealing the food here, too. Food? Where?
In your hand?
Oh, yeah. You want one too, Natsuki? Duh.
Siri hands Natsuki a baguette of her own. They look a little out of date. Better than nothing. I go to bite into my baguette. Natsuki goes to bite into my baguette. I yank it out of her mouth and slap her across the stomach with it. Fuck off, you have your own.
What did you just say to me?
I'm not doing this anymore. Can we please just eat our food in peace?
That's not how this goes, Hallie. You can't just...
I raise my arm and place a finger on her lips. Shush. Not a word. After a moment of confusion, Natsuki returns from her stupor and grips my wrist, pushing it away from her punchable face.
Oh, all right.
I can tell she isn't really going to give in. Natsuki then jabs her right at my face. I get a mouthful of carbohydrates. So this is what deep throating feels like.
Natsuki.
Ignoring her, Natsuki pushes me onto my back and attempts to jam the baguette further down my throat. Man, this would be a hell of a way to go out. Beats somehow killing myself at home by accident. Then again, I don't want to give the baguette warrior here the satisfaction of slaying me. I swing my legs up and kick as hard as I can, sending her body off to the distance. I could see her transparent image there for a moment, but I think it's gone now. Unfortunately, not to Brazil. But hey, still felt pretty enjoyable. I cock my head up to assess my target. She backs up a little bit by crawling away before she begins to get to her feet. I sit up as well, my baguette in hand, ready for combat. Natsuki stands idly whilst twirling her weapon. Eventually, her hand-eye coordination fails her, and she drops her baguette onto the sand. She wails out a cry at her fallen comrade. Now's my chance! I dash straight at Natsuki, ready to strike. My feet beat the sand with the soles of my shoes into the soul of a sandwich samurai. I close the gap and lash out at her. She manages to catch on to my attack, but it's too late. Her breadsword is out of reach. With all my might, I swing upon a fury never felt before. Hey, quit biting it! Bad Natsuki, off! How is her jaw this strong?
Guys, quit it!
Sayori steps in between the two of us.
You two are supposed to be friends. And you guys can just eat your own food. He started it.
How did I?
Please. Fine.
The three of us return to the towel and take our seats. Why did she eat mine first anyways? Oh yeah, something, asserting dominance. After Sayori brought us back down to earth, all three of us demolished our bread in seconds. Even with Natsuki's being covered in sand. It's silent except for the crashing of waves in the distance. Neither Sayori nor I really know what to say. Natsuki seems to just not care. Eventually I grow tired of sitting in the sand. So, I never really asked. What made you think it was a good idea to fake your suicide and come to Hawaii?
No reason, I guess.
No reason? Seriously?
Well, I guess that, or not no reason. But it's not really important. You shouldn't worry about the past, Allie.
I mean, I guess so, now that you're alive and everything. But it doesn't make sense. So why?
You don't have to pay taxes if you're dead.
You don't?
I think so. I heard my dad say that once.
Holy shit, maybe I should kill myself. No Natsuki and no taxes. I can't think of anything I'd want more. Come on, Sayori. I know you didn't fake your death because you wanted to commit tax evasion. You don't even know how taxes work.
Exactly, they're so scary.
Come on, Sayori. I shoot her a warm smile, the only smile I've made on this entire trip. You can be honest with me. Sayori pauses as if planning her next words carefully. She then takes a deep breath before addressing me.
I thought if I left, everyone could have fun without me. And if you thought I was dead, you wouldn't have to worry about where I was. I would have been right here, or right there with you.
That is the most backward logic I've heard, and actually, I think that's still smarter than most of the nonsense that spews out of Natsuki's mouth. You thought being dead would be less disturbing than going missing.
Exactly.
I had to sit with the guilt of letting my best friend die.
I'm sorry. But it was a doll, you know.
Well, I didn't think so at the time. You traumatized me, Sayori. I thought I had lost you forever.
I wasn't trying to hurt you, Hallie.
You said it was all my fault in your suicide note that was addressed to me.
I thought you'd hate me even more. Then you definitely wouldn't have to care if I disappeared.
I sigh. How she managed to plan everything so poorly, it's impressive. But I guess she tricked me. Are you hearing this, Natsuki? Natsuki? Turning to face where Natsuki was sitting, I find her spot on the towel empty. I take in a deep breath, scared of whatever she's done now. Maybe if I don't look, it can't hurt me. Yeah. Curiosity gets the best of me and I turn around. Natsuki is running away from a middle-aged woman who is hobbling after her. Behind her is the kid she stole her pool noodle from. Well, I guess it's not hers, but when she decides she wants something, I've learned the hard way it's difficult to dissuade her. Using my master deduction, that's probably the boy's mom. If only I could get rid of her. She's just a burden, nothing more. Maybe I can get her off my back. Okay, what's the cheapest way to get to Brazil from here?
Uh, what's Brazil?
Well, it's where my mom is staying right now, and where Natsuki thinks her mom is.
Oh, I remember her. She was always saying funny things like, I shall become desolate, for I have rebelled against my God. And the fear within me is beyond anything the soul can make.
What? Is that in the history? Of course not.
And there was that one time she told me redacted before pouring coffee all over herself. She was so silly.
You sure that was my mom?
Yeah, she was kind of weird when you weren't around.
Then again, I wouldn't really remember what my mom is like anymore. Well, I guess that explains the ominous blood pentagram on the attic ceiling. So, getting to Brazil.
Oh, I guess you can fly. There's an airport somewhere around here.
How far of a walk is that?
It would take you days, Hallie. Just get a taxi.
Funny story, the two of us are kind of broke. A certain someone snuck on board without my knowledge. Hey, maybe you can tag along and pitch in.
Huh? You don't have to take me along for your trip with Natsuki. You two are having so much fun.
Is this what Sayori calls fun? She must have become a masochist since I last saw her. Sayori, this trip has been the least fun I've had in my life. I'm sure spending time with anyone else right now would be a dream come true. Even Monica, who managed to frame me for setting the school on fire. But seriously, I've missed you so much the last couple of months. Mornings never really felt the same without you keeping me company. Same with the club. Monica was even worse when you weren't around. I took you for granted, and I'm sorry. So, what do you say? If not for you, then do it for an old friend. Sarah looks down at the sand.
Wouldn't I just drag you down?
Not at all. Natsuki's already keeping me at rock bottom.
Alright, Brazil, here we come!
Heh, that's the spirit. Oh, how I missed that cheery smile.
Let me pack up my things real quick and we can go, okay?
I'll help. Normally, I'd be happy idling around as she did all the work, but I kinda have a deadline here. Auto-ending text boxes. What?